to an exciting episode of Talkin' Tunes. I am your host, Frank Walsh. And folks, as you know, I try to bring you a very wide variety of music, ranging everything from folk to rock and roll to blues to reggae. Well, today I have the pleasure of introducing you to two young men who kind of encompasses their own style of music. And it's a little bit difficult for me to describe, and I think a little bit difficult for them to describe, because they are certainly two young men who are not going to be put into one single category. I had the pleasure of listening to these two folks play at an open mic one time at the Lodge in Randolph, and I said, hey, you two guys have to come on my show and share your music. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you two gentlemen, the Foxman right over here, and I have to you Mr. Skinner. So you're going to give the formal introductions right here in 1 second.
Well, it's good to see you, Frank.
Welcome aboard here, my man.
Frank, thank you. Appreciate it.
So, as I said, it's a little bit difficult to kind of put you guys in a box.
Yeah.
So I think that you're going to be able to do it a little bit better than I am. So, Mr. Vaughn, why don't you look into that camera and tell the little people at home about you, about your musical style, and whatever you want to say.
So, I guess back around December, we, met up, got it into our heads that we wanted to make music, and so we just started trying to make something a little different, a little out of the box, and really turned into something that just, spans, it's, you could say rap, you could say rock, but it's really just a mix of the music.
Well, we're going to hear a little bit of that today, folks, so stay tuned. What about you, Foxman?
Yeah, like Vaughn said, we met in December, and I told him that I wanted to make music. He was already making music, so we were vibing. The chemistry was good, and here we are now.
Now, when I saw you play, I mean, you kind of were playing a little bit of laid back, then you up-tempoed it a little bit, and I could see that the two of you, when you play, really get into your music.
Yeah.
And I know that, you, Vaughn, you sit there and you play, and you love to do your dance, you love to do your twirls, you're very much a showman on stage. Yeah. And how easy or difficult was it to develop that symbiotic relationship that the two of you seem to have grown into?
It was all natural.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just came. We didn't really have to work for it to really vibe together. It was something that we looked forward to doing, like after work or something like that. So
When we write the music, it's really a team effort. We definitely, both of us are contributing, coming up with ideas. So just over the course of writing the songs, we kind of just fell into a natural flow with each other and can just, I guess, go off each other's energies and really shine up there on stage.
Now, I've asked this to many people before. Which come first for you guys? Is it the rhythm, the melody, the riff, or the music? Which comes first?
Honestly, it depends on the song. I mean, sometimes we'll come up with a really good drum beat that we'll base the song off of. Sometimes we'll have a guitar riff that we base the song off of. Sometimes it's something on the keyboards. It really depends, though. An entire song can come from something really small that we just turn into something complex. And
So your music comes before your lyrics?
Yeah, the music's definitely, we come up with the music, the basic idea, and then from whatever vibe we get off of the music is where the idea for the song, and once we know what we're going to write the song about, then the lyrics come pretty easily.
Now, have there been situations where either an event in the world or a personal event or something that may have touched you that gives you that inspiration to put the music to it and then create the words around it, or does it just kind of come from your head, or a combination of the two?
Yeah, I don't really think there's any specific things, just our experiences in life shape how we write the songs, what we see ourselves as wanting to be, what we see ourselves as being. all of that just, you know, culminates with the lyrics, and we try to paint a picture with our words that a lot of people can, you know, relate to.
Now, I know that you guys are working on a project. Why don't you talk a little bit about a musical project that you're working on?
All right, so it's we currently have one album pretty much written. We just need to record it. It's called The City of Mars.
City of Mars?
Yes, it's a
creative.
concept album.
Yep.
It's about a young rapper who lives in the city of Mars and has aspirations to become the greatest rapper alive, but you know, the world and life and everything just keeps getting him down and just can't really see the dream happening. So, you know, he talks about how he wants to be on TV, how he, you know, his ego is getting out of control, and then talks about living in the city of Mars. And then as the album progresses, he becomes more and more desperate, and eventually he comes across a man who is, you know, appears to be the devil, apparently, and makes a deal with him to trade his soul for what he thinks are going to be his desires, but it's not what he thinks at all, and everything spirals.
Very interesting. Now, is this going to be part one? You mentioned a concept album. Is this going to be part one of maybe
This is part one
a
of
trilogy
or the story of Yoshi Ray.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This is
it's
part
maybe
one.
a trilogy
The beginning.
or
I
a
think
dual?
I'm thinking it's going to be a trilogy.
A trilogy?
At least.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So, you know, as you know, I always tell people that time seems to fly very quickly on this show. Why don't you talk a little bit about what you're going to be getting up and playing for us in a minute or two?
We're gonna play you TV Interview.
Okay.
We wrote this song because that whole Yoshi Ray character that we just told you about, one of his, you know, things that he wanted to do was to perform on TV, but the song's about no one being there to listen or to hear him. So, but he's just in his head the entire song, just
Imagining that he's
like in front
being
of
interviewed on.
Well, this is kind of like
NBC
almost
today.
like a little reality of what's going on here, because here you are on
It's
TV.
crazy.
and-
Everything
TV
that we
interview
write
on the
has,
TV
has
interview.
come to pass,
Yeah.
kind of.
And I'm a very firm believer, and if you throw it out there to the universe, it'll come back to you somehow. So maybe there was a little bit of little fate in the stars to
That's a foreshadow
to
of
have
our
you
future.
have you come on TV, because you're going to be on TV. So, all right. So why don't you take off your microphones, and what's the name of the song?
TV interview.
TV interview. So, ladies and
Voodoo
gentlemen,
Brew.
you are going to hear TV interview.
Welcome to the greatest show that you have ever seen. Something like a movie star, though I lack presence on the screen. And I focus on the gleam, from the lights on the stage to this rock and roll dream. Yeah. On the edge of the city, looking for a chance in the pale moonlight where the devils dance. This is my life behind the scenes, the uncut footage of an underground king. So where do I begin? Should I mention the evil thoughts that I hide with this grin? Or would you rather hear a soft story about how I had to persevere through the lies and rejection that I had to face on the rise to perfection? On the rise to perfection. This is my life behind the scenes, the uncut footage of an underground king. Japanese, yeah. I don't speak no Japanese, yeah. Japanese, yeah. Speak no Japanese, yeah. Hey, yeah. No one can hear my responses. No one can see what's on my conscience. Don't know where I've been. Can't they see I'm a god amongst men? No one believes I'm a monster. No one owns a place I couldn't conquer. Don't know where I've been. Can't they see I'm a god amongst men? Voices in my head, these questions they ask. Does it matter that they're scared of the shadows I could cast? I could sell my soul, nothing to replace it. Run through the night trying to escape it. And they say life is what you make it, but when you make it, they claim that you're overrated. Laying in bed with a pack of cigarettes, you know what's on my mind as I'm looking at her chest. I'm more than just obsessed with this lyrical content until you're unconscious. Hit you with these monstrous bars, every line's a Catalina wine mixer. I produce a fine picture. I was born under a bad sign with my pleasures, my wrongdoing, laying in bed with a pack of cigarettes. You know what's on my mind, that ain't next to her dress. Hey, Japanese, I don't speak no Japanese. Hey. Let's go. Hey, no Japanese. Like no one can hear my responses. No one can see what's on my conscience. Don't know where I've been. Can't they see I'm a god amongst men? No one believes I'm a monster. No one owns a place I couldn't conquer. Hey, don't know where I've been. Can't they see I'm a god amongst men? Above the clouds, out of reach of the flying cars. We eat caviar, take trips to the moon, hit the nightclub and play golf in the dunes. I bet everything like I had nothing to lose, like I had nothing to lose, like I had nothing to lose. Racetracks, casinos, pull up in the Camino, space dust under my nose like Al Pacino. Got the key to the city, hey. Got the key to the city and all of my desires, the lifestyle ordinary people admire. Rock, rock. Sometimes you can look at the city and see everything you've ever wanted.
Taking over in the city of Mars. We got what you need.
Hey, yeah, in the city of Mars, from the sky to the ground. I'm lost in the stars and I might never get found.
City in the clouds.
Yeah, the forgotten is here, and I'm riding at night. So everybody beware and stay out of my sight. city of Mars, we got nothing to say. We're the ones that built the spaces where the stars play. The places we stay are scarred and torn. You can see evil in every child that is born. Yup, revolution moving through the streets to the point where morals and thin lines meet. They have us by the herd like sheep, but not for long. We taking over, it's the red sky's dawn. And now, I just want to watch it all burn. Watch it all burn.
Stars shine, the city's on fire. We're taking over.
Hey.
We're taking over the city of Mars. We got what you need.
In the city of Mars, from the sky to the ground, I'm lost in the stars and I might never get found.
City in the clouds.
Yeah, the forgotten is here, and I'm riding nice, so everybody beware and stay out of my sight. Yeah.
City of Mars. We got what you need. In the city in the clouds.
No Japanese, Japanese. No Japanese, Japanese. No Japanese, Japanese.
Wow, guys.
Thank you.
Mr. Yoshi
Thanks.
Ray Fox
Thank
and
you.
Mr.
Thank you.
Vaughn Skinner. Good job, boys.
Thank you, Frank.
Nicely
Thanks a
done.
lot, man. Thank you.
Now, I could see, as I was saying before, that you guys really get into the music and you really kind of float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, as Muhammad Ali would say.
Yeah.
Does that just come naturally for you?
Yeah, you know, it's like you really get lost in it because it's like an escape from
Uh-huh.
reality. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Now, when you're playing up there, I could see that you were just kind of getting in the groove and doing your thing. How much do you play off of each other? I know that you play off of him.
Yeah.
How much of him do you play off of?
I mean, it's just his energy just motivates me
Uh-huh.
to really just keep going and just lay down a nice smooth track for him to really bring to life.
Cool. Now, I know that I've seen you play at the Lodge in Randolph, and I know that you have not gone out and done any professional gigs yet. But what are your musical aspirations? Where do you see yourself taking your music from here? And obviously, you want to get out. You do want to go out and perform. Have you looked into that at all, or you know?
Yeah, we're trying to really just get what we have in the works down completely, and then practice a lot, get some experience, and then further down the line find, like you said, find professional paying gigs to really trying to get our name out there right now.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it'll get out there today. You know, the show does have a lot of followers, and we'll definitely do what we can to promote you.
Nice.
Now, were either of you playing in different bands or doing other projects before you guys met?
Yeah, me personally, I have friends in Boston that we work on music. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't living in Boston at the time. I was in Mansfield.
Uh-huh.
So I saw Mr. Skinner every day, and that's where we really, got that chemistry from just hanging out and jamming every day.
Mhm. Do you play an instrument? Do you play guitar?
I played drums when I was younger, but I don't play instruments. My voice is my instrument.
That's your instrument.
Yeah.
What about you, Vaughn? Were you playing in other bands, or what were you doing previous to hooking up?
I wouldn't really say that I was playing in other bands. A couple of years ago, I decided to go out and buy a guitar and learn how to play. And one of my buddies was actually playing the guitar. And so me and him would just meet up once, twice a week and jam. And just, we never really did cover songs. We always went out to try to create our own unique sounding songs. So I think a lot of the songwriting and ideas I get to throw into Voodoo Brew come from the days of writing on the acoustic guitar, coming up with different sounding chords, you know, strange melodies that, you know, are outside of the box. So I really brought that to Voodoo Brew, and we really wanted to try to make something that sounds different from a lot of the stuff that's out there.
Cool. Now, if I were to walk out into your car and look into your, you know, your MP3 or your CD player in your car, what kind of music would I find? You know, who do you listen to?
Gorillas.
When you're not-
Gorillas, a lot of Gorillas, a lot of Foster the People,
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd,
You know, Kendrick Lamar, Kanye. There's inspirations from.
like
Those-
our
those
music.
your
it's-
influences? Yeah.
Yeah, just.
I'd say, yeah, major influences would definitely be Gorillas and Foster the People.
And how I carry myself as, like, you know, a vocalist, it would, you know, I really look up to people like, you know, Shia LaBeouf and, you know, people like the Gorillas and Orange Juice Jones, you know what I'm saying, Kid Cudi, people like that.
Well, I'm sure you're introducing to the folks at home some new names and some new music, and go out and check these things out. I'm sure that they're really good. But as far as you know, Voodoo Brew, right now it's just the two of you. Do you have any intentions of making the band larger, adding some more instruments, expanding a little bit, adding some different sounds to it?
Yeah, I would say we're definitely looking for a bass player, a keyboard player, possibly even a drummer. But when we first met each other and we're talking about getting this band started, we decided that it would probably be best if just the two of us come up with you know, a blueprint for what we wanted to accomplish as a band and what we wanted to sound like, and then try to find people who fit the puzzle.
Well, are you familiar with a site on Facebook called Find a Gig and Find a Player?
No?
Find musicians?
That sounds awesome.
I'll hook you up with that. There are sites out there for people like yourselves who may need fill-in people, or if you're putting your project together and you need a bass, you need a drummer, you need a vocalist, throw it out there. There are people all the time looking out there. And then if you're out looking to perform, there's a page out there called Find a Gig.
Okay.
And you can just post on there, just like it, become a member of it, and you can post out there and put your name out there. Hi, Voodoo Brew, looking for a gig. This is our kind of music. Anybody interested? Blah blah blah. And then you can look at all the other people who are out there, because they're posting out there that, hey, if anybody needs a bass player, anybody needs a drum. So it's kind of like a give and take repository for musicians to help each other out. So you might want to check that out.
Thanks, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's called Find a Gig. Now, as far as the next song that you have coming up, is this going to be a continuation of Mars?
Well, this next song is actually from the second album that we're working on, which isn't really related to the City of Mars. It's kind of just in between the first chapter and second chapter of Yoshi Ray. The album is kind of Japanese themed.
Okay.
Because we're big fans of the Japanese
Do,
culture.
do, 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 do,
And,
do, do.
So the song's called Tokyo Mountain Gorillas.
Tokyo Mountain Gorillas.
It's
Now let me
about
ask you a quick question before we go. Where did Yoshi Ray come from? What was the inspiration?
Yoshi Ray, I don't even know where to start.
Well, give me 30 seconds.
30 seconds of Yoshi Ray. So Yoshi Ray is this kid. He was like the coolest dude ever. His kid skates, his kid raps, his kid's just like a cool kid. And I don't know how Yoshi or where Yoshi came from, but it came and it stuck.
Yep.
And, you know, Ray, I got inspiration from Ray from Star Wars.
Okay.
The Force Awakens.
Okay.
So that's where inspiration from that came. But, yeah, you know.
Well, very cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, in just a second, you are going to be hearing these two gentlemen play again.
They warn you of the danger soon to come. Oh my God. And I trust no one, but I want to believe that my sentence isn't done.
That I know.
the face. Hey.
And I never leave a trace like a ghost. My memory can never be erased.
Nah.
In the fog with the Tokyo mountain
Gorillas.
from the village
Yeah.
we're concealing. Ask me no questions and no lies. I'm revealing
Yeah.
the strong will survive and prosper.
Yeah.
The greatest alive. The world is mine to conquer.
Traveling
through the Tokyo mountainside.
the full moon is my guide.
Nothing makes me feel more alive than the vibes that I get off these Tokyo nights. Don't let me down.
There's a face in the fog that I've got to hold on to.
Listen to the sound.
Of 1,000 screaming fans will
Get the places
places I've gone to.
Desperado, sitting dead in Vulture County. There's a bounty on my head. I just hope they haven't found me left for dead. A heist gone bad, or just something that I said.
And
Why am
my
I
out of cigarettes. Yes.
Must remember, but the desert ain't the place to forget that survival isn't never present.
In race.
And in case they return to finish me off, I wouldn't be in the same spot. I laughed at that thought.
Hey.
I got up and took a couple of steps. There's something wrong. I can feel cold air in my breath. Don't know what's racing through my mind as I reach for my gun, turn back my head, and see my body's lying there dead.
Yeah.
Traveling through the Tokyo mountainside,
Hey.
drifting down the rivers.
The full moon
Is my guide.
Yeah.
And nothing makes me feel more alive than the vibes that I get on this Tokyo night. Don't let me down.
There's a face in the fog that I've got to hold on to. The sound of 1,000 screaming fans forget the places I've gone to. No Japanese.
So, Mr. Yoshi Ray Fox,
Thank you, man.
Mr. Val Skinner,
Thank
thank
you.
you so, Vaughn Skinner, thank you so much for coming on. As I said, time really flies.
It does.
We have just enough time for you if you want to say anybody to anything at home.
Yo,
say
shout out
hello
to
anybody you want.
everyone on Laurel Street, my baby Lily and mom. I finally made it on TV.
Hey, everybody.
Okay, so for Roxanne Morse, our director, Dave Young, who did technical assistance, I am Frank Walsh, and as always, tune in and tune on.